Good evening, everybody. Today is Wednesday, March 5th, and welcome to the season opener of Deliberate Discussions. I am your co host, Vicki Horton,
And I'm your co-host, Patrick Parker.
and we are Deliberate
Delivered.
Discussions.
Welcome back, friend.
That just tickles you, doesn't it? All these
Welcome.
shows we've done, that still just tickles you.
I love that. So, what's been going on, girl? What you been doing with yourself? We've been gone
Oh
since
my God. We've been
forever.
gone, what, five months?
But I would honestly say it was one of the most needed breaks that we've had in a very long
It
time,
was. It was.
especially just from a mental standpoint.
Yeah.
Um, just with everything that we had going on, um, everything that we had going on in our lives. Actually, it's appearing correctly, by the way. Everything that we had going on in our lives, we most definitely needed the break. What did you do over the break?
You have something on that?
I just turned it down.
Okay. Me over the break, what did I do? I did a lot of stuff. I traveled, I went out a lot, I partied, um, got things done business wise. I did get another job. I am a human resources and accounting manager
Okay,
of a
congratulations.
company in West Palm Beach. Thank you. Um,
That's good, friend. I'm happy for you, girl. Let me hold $20.
I got you. You know I got you. You know I got you. Um, Also, I started doing relationship tips on Mondays.
I
Every
know.
Monday, I post a video and I do relationship tips. And it started because someone called me and asked me for advice on something, and it actually worked. What I, recommended to her and her partner. And next thing they're both calling me saying, "You know what, Miss Vicky, you were very good when you spoke with us and gave us counseling and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Oh," I said, "Well, thank you." And they were like, "Listen, why don't you do a show? I know you got your regular podcast, but you should
Okay.
do a show." And I said, "Well, I can't do a show, but I will definitely, come up with something." So, yeah, every Monday morning, I come out with a video. And sometimes it's off the top of my head. Sometimes I write a script for myself just to remind
Okay.
me of what I need to discuss. But yeah, it's relationship tips, and it's always on Monday morning. I'm going to try to do it every Monday until the end of the year.
Okay. That's good. I'm happy for you. Well, for
What
me,
about yourself?
what has been going on? Life has been life and for everybody. But, of course, I had surgery back
Yes.
in January for my sinuses. So I'm about 80% better. I mean, I still have some residual stuff going on with my sinuses, but I'm,
Mhm.
most definitely getting better. I will say it was the most painful thing I have ever done. And
I
I
Yeah.
have done some bullshit in my life. When
I had that same surgery back in 2010, friend. And
uh,
when I tell you, I know what you're going through. I know
when
exactly what
I
you're going through.
came out of surgery, I was like, okay, well, I'm like still just like high off the anesthesia and everything. I remember Josh and my mom bringing me home, but when that anesthesia wore off, the pain and the agony and the pressure
Oh,
in my
oh, right up in there. Oh my
my
God.
God, it was a bitch. And but I mean, I thank God. I mean, it was needed. And another thing that made it so much worse is that the walls of my nasal passage were actually enlarged, so they actually had to cut it down, and so I had all these stitches and all that stuff. But thank God I made it through.
Yeah,
I pray that everything works out in the long run with the healing process. But I feel a lot better than what I did.
I'm glad. You sound a little stuffy to me, but I'm glad you're feeling better because I'm gonna tell you that sinus surgery is nothing to be played with.
No jokes.
Absolutely.
No jokes. So, and then a lot occurred while we were out. Of course, we had
Yes.
the presidential election in November, and unfortunately, our candidate did not, turn out victorious. But of course, the other guy won, and there has been some
Mhm.
bullshit going on, and he ain't been in the White House 60 days yet. But so that's been comical to watch. But not only has it been comical on one part, it's actually been very heartbreaking on the other part.
It is.
Especially when it comes down to a lot of the government workers losing their jobs. I mean,
Yeah.
my thing is, regardless of who you voted for, whatever your political view is, I mean, for me as a person and just having a heart, I have no desire to see anybody lose their livelihood. Um,
Exactly.
Yeah, and especially me having some friends personally that works for the federal government and that could possibly be on the chopping block. My heart goes out to anyone that's losing their livelihood, especially when you have a family to feed, you have a mortgage to pay, you got rent to pay. You have it's unfortunate, and I can assure you that these people that voted for this guy never in a million years imagined that they would now be standing in the unemployment line. But
Yeah.
it's reality. It's what's happening. So there are some days where I just, of course, I've cut out watching the news. I just cannot watch this whole news because everything on the news is just surrounded around this administration, and it sucks to me. I just feel like the media has gotten away from real stories and real people
Hmm.
lives,
Hmm.
where they just choose to report on this guy the entire time, which is unfortunate. So anything that I see, I pretty much see it down on the social media and Twitter and shit and send it to your ass.
Listen, you know me with this election. I just been trying to remain low key because the
Correct.
first time Trump was in office, I definitely remained low key. I didn't want that man to even know I existed on the face of this earth. I was afraid to travel outside of the country the first time he was in office, and this time I'm not going out of the country. I'm gonna
Correct.
tell you that now because I mean I don't know. It's crazy. The man ain't put the pen down since he been in them.
Yeah.
It's sad everything that is going on. And we haven't even put a dent in these 4 years, and it's just so heartbreaking of our what immigration has been doing to a lot of these people that are getting deported.
Yeah.
And I just pray something good will eventually come to light with this president in office. I don't even know what to say. I just
And it's like even with the whole immigration thing, and of course, I'm an American citizen. Yes, I have an American passport, but I actually, as an American, have a fear of leaving the country right now.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I do.
as you should, as you
It's
should.
just like, no, I'm good. Let me go. I'm gonna catch this plane
Mhm.
over here. We're gonna go to New York or somewhere. Go to
Yeah.
Florida. We're not going out the country.
And you know what? It's off topic, but look at all these plane crashes. Like, what the hell? What is going on? Like, out of nowhere, he gets in office and planes just start going down everywhere.
Yeah, it's something with a plane crashing or a plane catching on fire or something like that. And then
Something.
you want to go on and, with this Elon Musk guy and, terminate all these people with the FAA and everything. And then, of course, now with the plane crashes, it's because of DEI. And it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
is
Blame it on DEI.
the
Yeah.
stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life, where you really have people that's losing their lives and you're talking about DEI. When you're supposed to be the commander in chief of this country, you're supposed to
Mhm.
bring the country together. You're supposed to speak to the country and comfort the country in its time of mourning. And you get on national television and say how the problem is DEI.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm
That
like,
that's
are you
just so
really?
it's just so sad, man,
Yeah.
that
So,
what this man has done, and it's all a joke to them.
correct.
Elon Musk, it's all a joke to them. I mean, because they have money, they're gonna be okay.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as the citizens of this country, man, we not gonna make it. If our president keeps going at this rate, we ain't gonna make it 4 years. They
It's
will, but we
it's,
won't.
it's unfortunate. I mean, from what they're doing and rolling back all this stuff that's been in place for years by previous presidents that benefited us as the American people. And it's just
Yeah.
like, let's just roll this back so now we can benefit. So our billionaire friends can benefit from this, and these
Mhm.
different companies can continue to screw the consumers and stuff like that. And it's so unfortunate, and yeah, it's disgusting. It really is despicable. And like you said, we have not put a dent in these 4 years. And let me tell you something, we in danger, girl.
Yeah, we are.
As an openly black gay man, and a married gay man, I
Mhm.
fear that, my union will be rolled back because of this administration because of, they so busy worried about who I decided to love or who in my house or who I'm having sex with and everything. And it's just like, why does that matter? Why does what I choose to do with my life affect you?
That's sad. That I mean, it's like this country is being taken backwards in time, and I'm to the point where I really think that I believe that they literally want to bring back slavery in a sense. Can you imagine? Like,
Well, it's so funny that you say that because you just walked me and you just really opened the door into
come on
something.
in, friend. Come on,
You just really opened the door. So
come on in, friend.
I'm
Come on,
just like,
air it
what?
out.
So, with that being said, let me show you something, Fred. What these people are. This is because I just find this, with you saying that, is so appropriate for that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to, can you hear it? Oh, let me turn this down. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, because if it plays over.
Yeah.
This was a thing. He was talking about how the civil rights regime was going to be built out. It would end freedom of association. And ultimately, what has it given white people? No rights. It's given political prisoners, thought crimes, censorship, banning. And now we can't have our own spaces, but they can have their own black everything and be in all our white spaces. All of this because they couldn't drink in the same water fountain or use the same toilet. Was it really that big of a deal? Through freedom of association, you have to repeal the Civil Rights Act, because that is in literally fighting against the Constitution. The two cannot exist at the same time. Barry Goldwater even talked about that back, when this was a thing. He was talking about how the civil rights regime was going to be built out. It would end freedom of association. And ultimately, what has it given white people? No rights. It's given political prisoners, thought crimes, censorship, banning. And now we can't have our own spaces, but they can have their own black everything and be.
Let me say this, and I have some really, really good white friends that I have a lot of respect for. But when I tell you, some of them are some sick motherfuckers.
They really
That
are.
video, when I saw that, pissed me off so bad. You have a problem just with our very being, because you don't. And it reminds me of the situation what Trump just did when he fired the 4-star general, the black man.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Not only did he fire him, the same goddamn day he replaced him with a white man.
Yep.
The fact that they see any black person, I won't say they, I'm going to say some of them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, because again, I have some white friends that I have a lot of respect for. So I don't want to do as some of them do and put all of us black people in the same bag, because,
right.
But the fact that they see us have just a little bit more,
mm-hmm.
we just doing just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem.
Yep.
I mean, what you think, friend? Because I'm ready to talk some shit. Yeah.
Hey, talk your shit. But you know what? What the hell is this white spaces that she's talking about? Bitch, what?
I'm like, what?
White spaces?
Like in the
And then
comments.
did she say something about we can have our own black weekend? What's she talking about? Black Beach weekend? Spring break? Is that what she's talking about? Because I'm confused. I'm confused.
like Vincent just said, corporate slavery.
Like, I'm confusion, friend. Like, what the hell? Yes, corporate slaves. And then Vincent also put on here, the farmers are going to become slaves to corporations too. Absolutely.
That is absolutely true.
Absolutely. They are. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
I just don't like when these people coming out of the woodworks from ever since Trump came into his presidency. Out my knee. I'm sorry. Ever since Trump came into his presidency, there has just been so many
that's
white people coming out of the woodworks with the bullshit.
Look at that comment what Don she said. They always think they don't need us.
She need a tanning booth with her. Wait. They always think they don't need us until they exactly, Don. That's true. Like, who go, let me tell you something. And then with all of that goes together, he's deporting all of the migrant workers, the Mexicans, the Cubans, whoever wants to work the fields. Black folks ain't gonna get their ass out there and work no field. I ain't gonna pick no cotton.
Baby, listen.
I'm not gonna shuck no peas.
Maybe you might as well kill me before you think I'm going out that door.
Thank you. Like, you're deporting all of these people. What is going to happen to this economy? To the farmers and to the groves and things like that, where we need necessities. We need fruits. We need vegetables. Who is gonna tend to all of these fields and things like that? All of this goes together. You getting rid of all of the immigrants, but who do you expect to do this? Black people ain't gonna do that.
Correct. They're going to guilt trip us after 70% voted against their own interests. Absolutely.
Absolutely, Vincent. You're absolutely right.
And it's the funny thing is just to see them on social media, on TV, and now they're crying. Oh, I didn't think he was going to do this, or I didn't believe him, and everything. What?
You
And
see
then
how they recall, oh, they wish they had voted differently. They wish they had voted for Kamala Harris.
and then the ones that say, well, where's the Black community? We stood up with you guys for George Floyd.
Exactly.
Like, what? Look at this comment right here.
My favorite pastime is watching all these MAGAs.
It's the truth. It's just like, what?
I'm telling you.
It's just like, but I mean, but like I said, like both of us said, we can sit here and we can laugh, but there are some terrible things happening to people because of
there
this.
are.
Yes, in the end of the day, a lot of them, like Vincent said, 70% of them voted for their own against their own interests.
Yeah.
I will say just, and I have a heart at the end of the day, and I just be like, oh my God, this is like really serious, you know, and it's going to affect everyone. And I just personally feel like every time I see this man come across the screen or something, and hear the ignorant shit that he says out his mouth, I'm like, this man don't want to be president.
I don't even listen to him. I really don't. He did a State of the Union address, and that was supposed to be boycotted by Americans as well. They were asking everybody to go to Roland Martin's YouTube page to watch the State of the Union address. I guess a lot of people didn't get that memo that we were boycotting the State of the Union address from Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But, and you know what? That I just want to touch on the Target thing. You know, we were boycotting.
Please.
What? I know, friend. That's your spot, friend. You've been doing good.
Please.
You've been doing real good, friend. For those of you that don't know, Cedric he's Target's biggest shopper, and my friend has been going through withdrawals because he hasn't been able to shop at Target. He's taking a stand for the cause. You know, power to the people.
I have.
Okay, so but my thing is this. I while I get it, and I hope none of our viewers or anybody that's watching this gets mad at me for saying this. While I get it, I just want you all to think of the blue collar employees that are trying to make ends meet, that work at these jobs. Because if we continue to boycott Target, Walmart, whoever, there are people that rely on those jobs for their livelihood. Black people, people of all races. But my thing is, think about those people and the money that they'll lose, if they're told, we don't need you this week, we'll call you when we do need you. So if their hours are going to be cut, if they lose their job because we're not supporting Target, that's going to be another issue that this country faces.
But also, not only will that be an issue, and again, I want to be very clear. Not with me saying and what Vicky is saying, we're not saying, "Hey, go spend your money at Target." If you're standing on business with this boycott, by all means, I support you because I'm standing on business. Target is less than 5 minutes from my house. It is my favorite store in the whole wide world. I haven't been in 2 months. But what I also want to say is, once they continue to lose the profit that they're losing, which it's over $1 billion at this point, several billions with the profit that they lost, they're also going to start closing those stores. And the first group of stores that they will target is in minority areas.
Okay. Vincent says, made me quit Starbucks, so tighten up. I ain't gonna read the first part of what he said. But listen, Vincent, I'm with you on the Starbucks. I want me a caramel macchiato so bad. I've been doing good with the Starbucks, and I'm craving me you've been to Target because Starbucks is in Target.
Let me tell you, no, I've been to the free. Let me tell you something. Now, I've been boycotting Target. Now, y'all can't take every goddamn thing away.
Target, you done told
no, we got several Starbucks. You know where I live at, friend.
I know.
We got several Starbucks in my area. So,
but I want me a fish fillet from McDonald's. I haven't had McDonald's since we've been boycotting.
Girl,
Vincent says tell them to go work at Target. Vincent, how they gonna go? Go work at Costco. How they gonna work at Costco when all the jobs are already taken?
And Costco's doing a damn good job because we got the top leadership over there. And I swear to God, my husband is in Costco every week.
Hey, Jackie, Josh's mom just
Hey,
joined.
mommy, how are you?
Hey, I'm just saying though, but you know what? I mean, it is what it is. You know, that was off topic, but you know,
No, but it's a great point, and it goes
yeah.
into what we're talking about. It is. It's going to continue to affect a lot of things. It becomes an
Mhm,
domino effect. For
mhm.
one, like Tabitha Brown, which I absolutely love. She said her product was being sold
Yeah,
at Target. And when all this happened, she made an announcement explaining to everyone how if they pull out and not shop there, how it will affect the minority businesses that
yeah.
whose stuff is on the shelves in
Mhm.
Target. And I got it. And no means was she telling people to, hey, don't do this boycott. She was just explaining, and
Yeah,
by doing that, will give Target what they want, will give them more of a reason to pull those products from the shelves because now their excuse is it's not selling.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? So
exactly. It's gonna have a huge domino effect.
correct.
So
No, and Mama Jackie said, I'm going to Sam's Club. Mama, you need to pull your membership from Sam's Club because Sam's Club does not support
yep,
DEI and
that's true.
they do not appreciate your black dollar.
Sam's, Walmart.
Yeah, all them. Hey Maria. So
Hey,
yeah,
Maria, how you doing?
but so it's a lot that's
Josh,
currently
stay
going
on
on.
him because I don't want him to get weak.
No.
Stay on him because I listen. I know that credit card is
Yeah.
happy.
But Josh,
Oh,
he been talking to me about it, but he ain't gonna tell you that every time he get on a plane and go to work, the passengers give him Starbucks gift cards that he bring home and give to me.
Josh, cut those Starbucks gift cards. You are not using those.
Baby, let me tell you something. Them Starbucks cards is free, and we gonna burn them up. Okay, in this house.
Feed the homeless with them.
Oh God. So
Hey,
yes.
son.
Hello, mother. What's
I
your say?
won't. I know I won't make the fields. I'll have flashbacks when my mom took us out west to pick the pepper. Sean, you was on that bus with Mr. Don them too.
Exactly.
Mr. Don was that was the Beanfield man next door to us on 9th Avenue.
No, but no, like, but there's a lot going on with this current
Right.
administration, and I just continue to pray for all of us to make it through these next 4 years because it's only going to get worse. Only,
Yeah.
So hey,
Yeah. All
so
right, friend. Let's get into this. Let's get into these topics tonight. That was just one small topic. We just
correct. And you just
pressed on in
opened the
on
door,
that
so
one.
I
So
had to walk through it because you opened it.
let's go over to Alabama, see what the hell happened in
Let's talk about
Alabama.
it, Alabama. Let's see. Okay.
See what they got going on over there in Alabama.
Where's she at? This her right here.
That's that bitch. Governor Hyde. I mean, that's her.
Okay, so it's
I
not a
forgot.
video.
I forgot. We're streaming live on Facebook also.
So
Until
this is actually not a video, but it's just a conversation that we're going to have. So in Alabama, you have Governor Kay Ivey. She now supports the bill to let from the legislator that is expanding the use of force protection for police officers. So to those of you in the comments that's wondering what that means. Several times throughout Trump's campaign, Trump spoke about providing immunity, a blanket immunity to all police officers so they cannot be prosecuted for anything. Rather, if they broke the law in an arrest or whatever, whoop, 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 they cannot be prosecuted. So the state of Alabama is actually put a bill in place to protect these police officers from being prosecuted wrong. Well, in their mind, they call it wrongly, where there's a lot of protests in the street, and then the prosecutor makes the state's attorney makes a decision to go ahead and to file charges against this police officer and things like that. So these governors in these states that's joining in on board with these type of laws in their states is only following the lead of Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. And they are.
And
And what this law, if you just simply break it down, I mean, it's going to protect police officers from basically unjust prosecution, as long as, and I think while it protects them as long as they don't break any department regulations.
keep talking, friend.
So basically what that means is that, such like the George Floyd incident, where that officer was prosecuted, if this bill gets passed, this is exactly what's going to happen. Those police officers will not be held accountable. They can possibly not be held accountable for their actions if death or bodily harm is done to a person in their custody that they arrest. So so Vincent says civil servants turn into judge and jurors. Vincent, I totally agree with you. Um, I mean, that's what's going to happen.
And so, and also, and with that happening, people have to be mindful where, you know, we know our rights and stuff like that when we're being pulled over by these police officers. But if this bill passes in, for one, in the state of Alabama, but if it becomes a nationwide thing, it's one of those things where you sometimes just got to just shut up and comply.
Yeah.
Because
Hold on a second. Your mama want to know, should I take all my money out of the bank? Sean, yes, and transfer it to me. Okay, my Zelle is my phone number. I hold on to it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, girl. Well, if I call you for something, Vicky, you better sit it on up here.
I got you. I got you, friend. Your mama gonna send me all her money. We gonna save it for her. Okay.
Okay. And so, but it's one of those things, like I was saying, that if this bill was to pass in the state of Alabama, but also if it becomes a nationwide thing where Trump can write an executive order saying, hey, I give complete immunity to all police officers. You know, we have to think smart when dealing with these police officers.
Mhm.
It's one of those things where your rights as an American just totally go out of the window.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm gonna tell you something. Like with the gun laws that are in effect now, pretty much everybody in the state of Florida can carry. But I'm gonna tell you something. Even though you're not required by law to disclose to a police officer that you have a gun in your vehicle, you don't have to. By law, you don't have to disclose to an officer that you have a gun in your vehicle. Okay, me personally, I've been pulled over by the police a few times in the last few months. And when I say a few times, I mean 3. And it's all for my window tint. But when they ask me to reach over and give them my registration and whatnot, I do disclose to them that I have a gun in the vehicle, because the last thing that you want is for them to see that gun and all you hear is gun and they just start popping off.
And then start shooting, correct.
So, I mean, just, keep your cool, just, keep your hands up. Don't reach for anything. Don't make any sudden movements or whatever. But I do, and that's my preference. I choose to let officers know, yes, listen, officer, I have a gun in my purse. I have a gun in my glove box or whatever. I let them know, because I don't want to lose my life. Not over no bullshit.
I mean, that's true. I mean, and y'all rules, I mean, laws as far as gun laws in the state of Florida are so lax where, like you said, anybody could
They
have
are, yeah.
and just do what they want to do, which is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think in the comments? Let me see what we have here.
What do y'all think about this new bill that they're trying to pass? Because I don't know. I feel very uncomfortable with it.
So in Florida, you all could conceal your weapon. You don't have to. It can be concealed at all times. You don't have to.
Mm-hmm. You don't need a CCP for it. You don't need a CCP to carry a weapon here.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Okay. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that, Fred? I mean, the fact that you are a gun owner and you're licensed to carry, how do you feel about how the laws are now written in the state of Florida?
Honestly, I'm not comfortable with the way the gun laws are here. I mean, it's very dangerous because anybody can get a gun. You can purchase a gun, you can carry a gun, and you don't need a concealed. What's the purpose of the concealed carry permit? I mean, yeah, guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Correct.
I totally get that. But now, you don't know who got a gun these days. You just got to assume everybody packing one. Because with this law, I mean, that's basically what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Vincent says he loves the new law in Florida. Why do you like it so much, Vincent? What's your reason behind that?
Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, I would be so interested to know that. Like, why do you love it?
Yeah, because I mean, me personally, it scares me. The new gun laws, it scares me. But like I said, you just have to, nowadays in the state of Florida, you have to assume everybody is carrying a gun. You have to assume that.
Okay.
Because, my gun for me is for protection. And, with my side businesses that I have, my gun is for protection. I've gotten robbed before.
Okay.
Somebody thought I had a lot of money on me and I did not. All I had in there was 2 money orders in my purse. But me personally, mine is for protection. And, I don't fight.
So your fighting days is over, huh?
No, child, please, honey. These hands got arthritis. These knees be buckling and they cramp up and stuff. No, sir.
Okay. 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 Well,
And
I'm
Vincent is right. Criminals don't care about the laws. That's true. They don't care. All the criminals heard was we can purchase a gun without having a CCP. We can carry a gun without getting in trouble.
so
That
so there's no restrictions on if you're a felon or not already that you
well, if you're a convicted felon,
okay.
they gonna get your ass for carrying ammunition.
Okay.
So I mean the laws they don't apply to convicted felons.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those are the ones that can get the guns.
Okay.
No questions asked. Like my guns are registered. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I don't know. It's just crazy. But all I can say is God be with any and everybody who gets pulled by the police officers and y'all run across a bad officer.
Correct.
All officers are not bad. I'm gonna tell you that now. All police officers are not bad. There are really some genuinely good police officers out there in the streets. It's just that, when y'all become belligerent with these people, they gonna get belligerent with y'all, and y'all might have one of William Darby or a Mac Marquette. Okay, those are the police officers in Decatur, Georgia, that were accused of shooting somebody, and they killed the individual.
Hmm.
They both were charged. Let's see, this says they were charged for murder while they were on duty. So just imagine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you got to most definitely just be careful, be vigilant. And I sent you a message. Um, did you hear me?
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm. You know what? Josh, you should. You should. How are the laws in California though? I don't, how are the laws in California?
Are you talking to me?
I mean, not California, in Illinois.
You need everything. You need everything to get a gun in Illinois. You got to have a FOID pass. It's not a very easy process here.
Okay. And see, whereas in Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis is an open. Tennessee is an open carry state. So when I went there over Christmas, man, them motherfuckers they had guns in their damn pocket, just standing in line at the grocery store and whatnot. In fast food restaurants, they had guns and stuff. Like, damn, they just open carry they shit. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on what state you're in. But you know what? I leave my guns at home when I'm traveling out of state. I just don't. I don't know. I really try. I'm gonna get the tent taken off my windows because
If you're traveling, how does that work? If you are traveling out of state by vehicle and are you able to take your gun with you in the car? You could travel state lines with it?
each state is totally different. Some
Okay.
states you cannot cross state lines with your weapon. Okay. Now there are some state. What I would suggest people do is whatever state you're going to be traveling to, it's best to look up those laws because I was traveling through Louisiana, and thank God I got one of the police officers stopped me, and I told him I had my gun. It was in my trunk at the time, and he says, "Be careful because you're not supposed to cross state lines into Mississippi with the
Okay.
gun."
Okay.
So I'm glad I didn't know that, but I'm glad he did tell me that.
Okay. 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 Good. Okay.
So Vincent say in Florida having a fishing pole in your car, you can open carry. What, Vincent? I don't get that.
I
In
don't get
Florida,
that.
having a fishing pole in your car, you can open carry. Most states require you to check in with it. That's yeah. Most states do require you to check in, but my advice, like I said, before you travel to that state, get to know what the gun laws are in that state.
So when you say when you say check in, he said most states require you to check in with the sheriff's office. So when you get there and you have your gun with you, you're informing them that I do have this gun while I'm in your state.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I would to everybody carrying, I would suggest that you invest in a box, a TSA box, because you can also check your gun at TSA if you're flying. And they'll give it back to you. You have to check it back when you get off your flight. You have to at your destination, you can get your gun back.
But some people just forget it's in their bag and go through TSA and get arrested.
They're a damn fool because how the hell you ain't got no business with no gun if you forget this.
That happens a lot. I've seen on social media a lot. Some
That's
celebrities.
crazy. And you know what? Some people not meant to carry a gun. I'm gonna tell you that
Okay.
now. Some people not meant to carry a gun.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll most definitely continue to watch this story because I'm really interested to see how this legislation is going to go in the state of Alabama. But then also, like I said, we're not even 60 days into Trump's administration. And that was one of the things that he promised on the campaign trail that he wants to do. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah. And it also says the bill also includes an automatic stay for officers charged in use of force cases, giving them time to prove they acted within their discretion. Translation, people, giving them time to get their lie together.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Them and their union.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So just be careful. Like I said,
Yeah, let's keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, you just got to use common sense when being pulled over by a police officer anyway. And it ain't no need to get, I mean, some people just come belligerent and all that stuff. And it's just like,
Mhm.
one thing I want to do is make it home. That's it.
I know
So,
that's right.
all right. So let's go down to Homestead, Florida.
Oh, child. Okay.
This will be a very interesting one here. So let's see what they're talking
Listen
about.
up, y'all.
Trejo says he was ganged up on and falsely arrested because his ex was hooking up with a cop whom she directed to throw him in jail. Now, Homestead Police and Officer Pedro Perez are being sued.
We have filed a lawsuit.
Trejo, who'd been in a custody battle with the mother of his 3 kids, says he learned about the alleged scheme against him by discovering text messages between his former girlfriend and then Detective Perez. He says he found the messages on an Apple Watch belonging to his son.
She gifted him an old iWatch, and in that iWatch, she must have forgot to delete her messages of her and the detective.
500 text messages as part of this dalliance with the mother of his children.
Attorney Michael Pizzi says the policeman and Trejo's ex, Leanne Sierra, conspired to have his client picked up for aggravated stalking. With that 2023 arrest coming just before Trejo was supposed to appear at a custody hearing. Pizzi provided these text messages exclusively to 7 News. The cop, Perez, writes, "So do you want me to try to get him before next Friday?" The girlfriend replies, "Can you do it Friday morning? That way he misses his hearing, and the judge will grant the restraining order." Perez messages back, "Good night, relax, everything will work out. I'll see you Friday, and we'll get that permanent injunction." The stalking charge against Trejo was later dropped. He also filed a complaint with Homestead PD's Internal Affairs.
You have a police officer selling his badge, selling his police enforcement powers, and agreeing to arrest somebody and make him lose his children and lose his liberty, all so that he could get a kiss.
When are we going to drink some wine together is what I want to know, Perez is said to have written. And glad we got that kiss out of the way. Hope it was to your liking. I definitely did.
The police department is very corrupted. There's no accountability.
7 News reached out to the PD for comment, to which they replied, "The Homestead Police Department will make no further statements on this case, as we do."
They're not gonna make no book.
Listen,
When I tell you, like when Josh, when
I got some good cooter cat friends.
Josh say this is some crazy word.
Listen, I got some good cooter cat, and I'm wondering what kind of kiss that was. Like,
Let me go get this kiss out the way. You hear what I say?
You arresting somebody for this cat, like, bro, and all you want is a glass of wine and another kiss.
Now you're gonna go to jail. You're gonna lose your pension, and I can probably guarantee you that he probably married too.
Listen, I tell people all the time. Right now, y'all looking at me through a MacBook, okay? I got the iPad. I got the watch. I got the damn phone. I got the earbuds, those over there somewhere. Listen.
Josh, somebody must turn into sunshine.
Got to, Josh. Like, bro, you talking about a glad. How did you? I'm glad we got that kiss out of the way. What the hell? And then she doing all this. That's why I don't want to give my watch to nobody. I don't care. I don't care. All of these, I will go to my grave. Friend, you got all the passwords and everything. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all mess around with Apple all y'all want to, okay? I found out a lot, Apple, when my ex-husband cheated on me. So let me tell y'all something. Apple products, y'all leave them people shit alone. Listen, but what kind of cooter cat this lady got?
Baby,
Bro, you done missed you done ruined your whole job, your whole career.
running
Over a
behind
patch
this
of hair?
woman. I'm running behind her because she don't
Over
want
a
to
patch
be
of hair,
listening.
friend. I'm jealous. I ain't gonna lie, I'm jealous.
But this man was getting ready to lose it all. He was gonna lose because of his kid and everything because of this broad and this police officer.
Friend, I don't care about him. She the bomb. You made this man break the law.
Yeah.
Single-handedly, you from a glass of wine and a kiss.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He said
Come
they,
on.
they got that kiss out of the way. He said, I hope
Come
you
on.
He said, I hope you enjoyed it like I did.
Like, I'm wondering, like, where did he kiss her? Like, did he kiss her down there or like on the lips? Sis, I saw you a glass of, man, put me in the game, lady.
Yeah,
I want to be in the game, man.
Just to think that some men, not only the fact that he's a police officer, but just some men can be so gullible and do something so stupid.
I don't know. Lord have mercy.
You don't know what's that thought? What's the something you sitting on right there? Go on, tell me.
No. I'm just, friend. A kiss and a glass of wine, man. You know, I have to beg. I have to send 38 tapes. You sent me the money yet? You know what I'm saying? You know, I have to call like, babe, did you
look at this comment, Vicky?
What that mouth do? Exactly, Dawn. Like, dang.
Okay, well, it's just like, was it just the kiss?
Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, what the hell? Like, from a kiss and a glass of wine?
She say she sucked a sleeve through a sweater. Lord have mercy.
I got dog. Good Lord.
Oh God, Jesus.
Do they give jaw lessons?
Baby, let me tell you something. I don't know what she did to this man, but to make him jeopardize his job for this,
I don't even want none. Get somebody else, friend. I don't even want none.
And risk potentially going to jail himself for breaking the law behind this woman that you. And then on top of that, you mean to tell me you done did all this for this woman and you ain't got no pussy yet?
My friend, I was trying to refrain from saying that, but I'm wondering, like, I mean, what kind of kiss did she give him? Like,
I'm like,
kiss?
You ain't got nothing. She ain't. I mean,
do you know how I can't even? She got this man to go and arrest her ex. I can't even get a man to cash out me $300.
Girl, I thought you would say $3. I was gonna send you $3, friend.
Hold on. $300. I have to chase him down like a bill collector. Like, babe, did you send me the money yet? I ain't got no ding, 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 ding on my cash app. Like, dang, I gotta go and get my hair done this Saturday. And I'm like, well,
friend, we had Wednesday. I hope that ding ding go off before now.
Hey, look, that's why I got to be Sydney. I got 9 notifications on this phone, and ain't now one of them cash out.
Yeah, that's pretty serious. That's what I'm like. So let me get this right. So you did all of this for a kiss after the fact?
Look, Maria said women have been gullible for years. Now the tables have turned. Maria, I need me one of them gullible motherfuckers. I ain't gonna even lie. I need me one of them gullible bitches. Yeah. Man or woman. If I can get a bitch to go and arrest somebody for me, baby. And my hands, and her hands are clean. Her hands clean.
But you know what, friend? I don't think so. You know why I don't think so? Why? I almost think that because it could be almost in the court of law. The fact that what she did and knowing that they were going through this whole custody thingy and stuff. So imagine when he bring that up to the judge as to what she did and what her intentions were, for one. But for two, it's almost could be.
She was joking. I was joking with my next expect to do it. That's like telling somebody to go jump off a bridge. What you gonna get me for? Patrick, go jump off a bridge. You go jump off the bridge. What? Josh gonna sue me for negligence? Because I told you.
But look at what she did to manipulate the courts. You get what I'm saying?
He didn't do nothing. He did it all.
No, but again, she had something to do with it. Like Josh just said, it was premeditated. He can bring that up in court.
What is premeditated? What exactly did she do?
To fool the court that this man couldn't come because of a stalking charge. He was arrested for a false stalking charge.
Not his fault.
But
That's
no,
all
listen,
his
but
fault.
friend, they conspired to do this.
Look, Josh said he'll sue me. But that's not her fault. I'm sorry. I don't think that's her fault.
So,
But
so
she
let me
got
ask
a
you a question.
sucker
But Vicky, but let me
she
ask
got
you
a
a question.
sucker
What if
boyfriend.
it was a murder for hire? What if she would have wanted her boyfriend dead? Would that have been her fault?
But see, you said that's the key word, murder for hire.
So you don't think this was a for hire?
No. She used him. She ain't pay him. There was nothing that there was no
Regardless,
monetary.
if
There was no
regardless
monetary
if there
gift.
was no money exchange, it
No,
was a
that's
kiss.
punani.
It was a
That's
kiss.
the punani.
He said, "I'm gonna give you a kiss."
That's the punani.
My mama talking about Sean said she hired a hitman.
I don't know. I just don't get. I don't see it that way. That
See, like Josh said, Josh just said it. Pussy was the price. That's true.
Well, you know what, Josh, you got me.
That was the initial goal.
You got
for
me.
the pussy.
You got me. You're right.
Just wants to show protection
Damn.
before they understand the woman's fault. Exactly. So that was the initial plan. Pussy he had intentions on thinking that I'm gonna go do this, but I'm gonna get some in the long run. But if he was an old player from the Himalayas, he would be like, let me smash this pussy first. And if it's any good, then I'm gonna go do this for you.
He got to be out of his mind if he want that pussy. If that pussy make me do that kind of stuff like that, I don't even want none. Get somebody else for it. I'm sorry, I don't even want none.
So he was all out of whack that he gonna lose his whole livelihood before he even got to smell it.
Damn, he said a glass of wine and a kid. A glass of wine and a kid. It's not even no Hennessy, no Don Julio. Damn, this motherfucker said a glass of wine.
Marissa, it was the payment.
What kind of wine is that? Wine and pussy. Damn, where did he kiss her? That's what I want to know.
Oh my God, Vincent. Look at Vincent. Vincent is crazy.
Oh, Vincent, you're absolutely right. Yes,
that's true. See,
a
me and
real
Vincent
man
on the
gotta
same
sleep with
page.
2 or 3 fingers fit first.
That's what I'm just
Yeah.
like. He went through all of this. He ain't even get the suck of the nothing.
All bro got was a kiss and a glass of damn wine. He want to do it again.
He ain't even
wanna
tell
do
her,
it
Johnny, pull that
again.
big old thing out right there for me. Let
But
me
for
see.
real, what was the payment? He ain't getting nothing but a glass of wine and a damn kiss.
Girl, that was the payment. The
He
kiss.
had this man had lost his whole damn job.
Yeah, it's insane. I'm like,
gonna get sold. I wonder if he can go after him. Is he gonna go after him civilly?
he's going. Keep in mind he's going after the police department. This man was working.
I don't know what to say, friend. I'm jealous. I want one.
Look at this fool right here, Vicky. If she takes 3 fingers and a smile, move, brother. Oh God, Jesus!
Oh, I know you didn't put it up there 2,000. You ain't.
I'm just mad. I mean, honestly, all of it is wrong. But when I think about, I'm like, you did all this before you even got. I mean,
before he even got it, I don't understand. Like, who does that?
Yeah, but I will. I have to agree with you, Vicky. She played him really bad. She played him.
She did.
She played him. He was easily manipulated by her. But again, she should be held accountable as well.
I want to see her.
Yeah, but I do think that the judge,
bad bitch too.
Excuse me, I do think that the judge in the case involving the child and all that stuff or whatever, she should be held accountable for something because she was trying to manipulate the court.
I don't agree with that part, but I mean, she didn't want. Maybe she just didn't want him to have custody. That girl wanted her kids. She wanted to be the sole parent.
Can you do it on Friday? That way he will miss the court date or something, and they, so that's what that's what her intentions were. So she was going to win sole custody and win her judgment based on a lie.
Yeah, I guess. He lost his job and she about to lose her kids. That's true. I think the police.
Like,
I'm gonna get my OnlyFans page too, Vincent.
girl, what you gonna put on it, girl?
I don't know what they do on OnlyFans. I don't know what they do. They get
They
naked
do
and
all
stuff.
kind of stuff on OnlyFans, child. I'm telling
What
you.
OnlyFans is for? I don't even know what that stuff
No,
for.
you should go to this other one called Fan Base. That way you can go live and stuff and show all your goodies.
And do what?
They
How
do.
the hell you know?
I done seen it before, girl. I got Twitter. I don't know about you, but
I got Twitter too.
I'm not subscribing to any of that, but I can go to Twitter for free.
Okay. You know, Twitter is a porn site now.
Well,
I do know.
I will admit and say my Twitter is so bad I can't even open it in public.
It is. I'm like, I gotta get another privacy screen protector for my phone because I went in that thing one day and I was gonna post something, and then all of a sudden I see this video. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, Twitter's pretty bad. Twitter.
I hit my patches and 4 fitted sheets on mine. I cannot deal with this.
Yeah. Twitter is really bad between the porn and the politics. I'm like, Lord Jesus,
Twitter is just like Pornhub and X videos because they can do all. It's so ratchet over there.
Yeah, it is. It's very ratchet. But anyway, that was a great topic. So y'all, let's move over to Washington D.C.
Oh yes.
And it is important. I will set this up. It is important that we show this video and have a dialogue about it because of the fact there's so much misinformation in the federal government right now and things that's coming out when it's pertaining to Elon Musk. So I want to play this video and then we'll chat about it once it's done. Hold one moment. That wasn't it. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay.
That's that Twitter.
Okay. Where's it at? Okay, you ready, friend?
I'm ready.
Cutting effort has published what it calls the Wall of Receipts. Basically a long list of government contracts and then the savings it's achieved by canceling each of those. When Doge first posted its list, we found problems with all 5 of the 5 largest contracts. The largest savings that Doge claimed to have made on its initial list was an $8 billion savings from a contract cut at the Department of Homeland Security. When we looked at that, we realized the actual number was 8 million, 1/1000th of the claim that they had made. Doge responded by saying, well, it was an error in the federal contracting system, but they should have known better. And the reason they should have known better is that this contract, this supposed $8 billion contract, came from ICE. Its entire budget is $8 billion. Going down the list, the second, third, and fourth largest savings on Doge's original list were all basically the same error. What they did was triple count the same cancellation, all with the U.S. Agency for International Development. And what contracting experts told us was it wouldn't have been right if they just counted it once. That's because this contract had been out there for a long time, a lot of the work had already been done, so much of the money that had been allotted initially had been spent. The 5th largest savings on Doge's initial wall of receipts was $232 million they said they saved by canceling a contract that the Social Security Administration had. When we looked into that, we realized that there was a cut there, but it was only $560,000. After we and other news outlets wrote about these major errors, the Doge site was updated quietly to remove all of those top 5 claims. But its new version contains other errors. The new largest savings was a $1.9 billion savings. But when we looked into that, we realized the contract they were talking about had actually been canceled last year under President Biden. And when you look a little further down the list, you see that Doge is claiming credit for contracts that expired even before Joe Biden was president. In one case, the Department of Homeland Security is claiming it saved tens of millions of dollars by canceling a contract that actually ended in 2005 when George W. Bush was president. Doge has said it's trying to make its data accurate and it's asked the public for help in cleaning up its data. But these errors are important because they give us an insight into the way Doge works. Much of what Doge does is secret. It's in all these different agencies making decisions, gathering data, and we can see so little of it. And if they are this wrong about that work that we can see, if they show this much sloppiness, this much misunderstanding of the machinery of government, what does that mean about the work we can't see in all these other agencies with all this other data that's being done?
So how do you feel about that, friend?
Honestly, it's everything has been a cover up. Now that he's in office, everything is coming to light. all of those cover-ups and stuff like that, we knew the numbers were fabricated because there was just no possible way. We just didn't know how much the numbers were inflated and fabricated. But this was a good example of how he broke it down, and it's very clear, precise, and understandable.
Sure. I agree. I agree. And when I saw this story, it was so important, and it opened my eyes as well, because if you only sat and just listen to what they say, you'd be like, oh wow,
Mhm, mhm.
like, this is really, really happening. And it's so often that us as people, we tend to take this information and run with it without doing any fact check,
Yeah.
or it's automatically we see it and it's like it's true and stuff. So I'm glad that these reporters that got this information decided to do some investigative journalism,
Mhm.
and called them on their bullshit.
Yeah.
Um, he has actually been interviewed, Elon Musk, and has actually admitted that some of the stuff that he's put out is actually a lie.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and and it's unfortunate that he would be allowed to dig so deep into U.S. government affairs.
Mhm.
As he's allowed to do that, especially the fact that he's not an American. He's from he's from Africa.
Yeah.
Uh, he's not he wasn't voted into office by his constituents in his district. So it's just like, how can an outsider be allowed to go as deep into our personal information as he's allowed to do?
Money. And the current president he's friends with Donald Trump. That's Donald Trump buddy. I mean, you gotta think about, the how long has all of this been in play
Correct.
before the presidency. So this was all planned out very carefully. It's easier for them to say, "Hey, we made a mistake," rather than submit the real numbers. So you know what? They came up with a bright idea. Let's inflate the numbers
Hmm.
to make it look good, to make it look like it's what I'm saying it is.
It caused
Elon Musk is very smart.
ruckus behind it.
Say it again.
It caused more of a ruckus, and
Exactly.
to get more of the Republicans on board, saying, "Well, they have to do this. This is why they're doing it." But I kind of see this as backfiring. Excuse me, because I've watched so many videos over the last couple of weeks. Well, over the last week, where a lot of these Republican GOP members have went back to their districts, and had these town hall meetings with their constituents, and those meetings didn't go very well. A
Yeah.
lot of them that voted for these members of Congress are really upset with what they are allowing your Trump and Elon Musk to do. That no one is standing up to protect the people, which is very true. They're not. And I hope, it's my prayer that in 2026 that the midterm elections just turns out to be a bloodbath because of everything that's happening. But I don't think them past these people anyway. But this fool say the presidency was cheaper than the Panama Canal.
I know. Name a time in history white people in America admitted they're wrong and showed empathy. Never. Absolutely, Vincent. They're not going to admit that they were wrong. It's
No.
it's a lot easier for them to go ahead and say, "Oh, you know what? There was a computer glitch."
Mhm.
But Vincent made a point. Elon Musk bought Trump for $100 million.
I can't wait till they bump heads. You hear what I say?
When that first disagreement, Donald Trump ain't going for that shit. Donald Trump ain't going for that.
But you have to also realize that Musk has no filter.
Yes, he is, Maria. That's what I said. He's the gears behind all of this stuff. Trump is just the face.
That's true. I mean, hey, I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right.
Right.
But I want people to understand what's really going on behind this whole Doge thing that's going on up there in DC, and how. Then you also had last week, you had 21 Doge employees that decided to walk out because they were not comfortable with reviewing the type of digging into these systems and reviewing the type of information that they were being asked to review or do and stuff. So when it came to the American people, I mean, there's just so much information that's top secret, our personal information, data, social security, all this stuff. And these people spoke up and they walked out like, no, we're not doing this. So I feel like there's a lot more that's going to come out of this.
Hmm.
And I feel like these same GOP Republicans and congressmen that's, supporting this now are going to eventually have shit on their face.
Hmm. Hmm. And you know, I'm gonna tell you this. I ain't gonna say I hate to say it, but you know what? Elon gonna leave Donald Trump holding his nuts right in his hand.
That is very true.
So on
That is
that
very true.
note,
But my thing is how, before we go this, but my thing is, how are you saving the government money when you, in less than, Trump hasn't been in office, what, 60 days yet? And Elon Musk has gotten all these government contracts?
yeah, everything was in play already.
Hmm.
All of this was all in play before the election even happened.
Correct. Okay.
Uh,
Well, I thank you guys. It's 8 p.m.
9 p.m. here.
This has been a great show. I enjoyed this conversation with you tonight, Vicky. And
I did as well, man. When I tell you, this is season 7.
yes,
Thank you all so much for riding with Deliberate Discussions. Vincent, you are the greatest. Maria, Jackie, Sean, Josh, I love you. Thank you for being some of our biggest supporters. Don, can't leave you out. To all of our viewers, if I left somebody out, please charge it to my head and not my heart. Just thank you all for riding with us since Thadric and I have been doing this. It's greatly appreciated. We will be on Facebook this week, probably the next two or 3 weeks. We're going to be on streaming live on Facebook until we transition 100% over to our new home on YouTube. So if you all can, please go to our YouTube channel, Deliberate Discussions, look for the purple flyer of Thadric and I. Please like, share, and don't forget to click that subscribe button because we will be transitioning over to YouTube officially before the end of this month. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. This has been another great episode of Deliberate Discussions, live with your co-host, Vicky Horton. And look at my friend. He's just sitting there, Thadric Parker.